Dave made this beat.
Welcome to Say Like a Champ, episode 348. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Striz. Welcome back, Slack fam.
We back in the building one more game. And we see the Slackers already gathered. We appreciate y'all being patient with us as we work through, every once in a while some delays, some technical difficulties. But here we are, a few minutes after for our 348th show in a row. Happy Tuesday, everybody. And Strizzy, how you feeling?
Feeling good, man. You know what I'm saying? It's, beginning of the week, you know what I'm saying? But always love getting down with my Slack fam and my brother, you know what I mean? So definitely can't complain. But the week's moving, you know what I'm saying? Week's moving. It's already day's over, so it'll be Wednesday essentially tomorrow, halfway through the week. So I can't complain, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm the same way. Like, it feels like it's kind of been a busy week so far, but lots ahead for sure. Definitely want to welcome in the Slack family. We got Pops in the building. Good evening. Sure. We got Moms. Happy Tuesday. We got Kelly as well. Hello, happy Tuesday. And Steph. Yes. Hey, y'all. I couldn't find the stream. Yeah, so we're running a little bit late. Usually we have it scheduled hours in advance, but that's what we appreciate y'all is knowing we're gonna be. Yeah, exactly. Like we're gonna be on there. Y'all don't even need the notifications. You're just ready. So that's what's up. And thank you. Yes, hoping that the Lakers can handle business. We're definitely gonna talk about that. Do an NBA playoff update, and then we also want to look at some of the NFL draft grades. Team, like kind of what they thought, how our teams did. We'll look at the Panthers. Obviously, we'll look at the Cowboys. So anybody else you guys want to look at or any draft day comments you guys have, please drop those in the comments or what teams you want to look at or any picks that surprised you. And we'll be doing that, like our NFL draft recap in just a few minutes. But until then, I was going to look at NBA action really quickly. See, now I think the playoff series that's over so far is the Suns OKC, right?
Yeah, guess what?
Yeah, so the Suns getting swept. OKC brought the brooms out, and the Suns were kind of feisty, but not you know what I mean? Like not exactly competitive, at least for the fact that they are the only ones that didn't win at least a game. All the other ones are, going back and forth a little bit. But Celtics 76ers is on right now. It's 3-1, but the 76ers are up late, but that could be over today. Knicks Hawks. This is a pivotal game. They're 2-2 right now. That one looks interesting. But yeah, what has been your kind of playoff series so far? And I'll throw these
it's been kind of fun, man. The Knicks Hawks has been way more competitive than I think it should be. Not to say the Hawks are a bad team, because I think they since the trade and things of that nature, they've really put things together, and a lot of their players have really kind of stepped in, and they're really building around their new and younger pieces, you know what I'm saying, with some veteran leadership from others. But I was surprised. I really kind of thought that, even with that being said, I thought the Knicks would kind of come in here and handle business, and it really hasn't been that, you know what I'm saying? They've kind of been, even like right now they're up big, but the Hawks have found a way to like get back into these games, and I think it was game 2 or 3 where they came back and won by 1, I think it was something like that. With a kind of a last second shot, you know what I mean? But still, like I really thought Knicks would be kind of handling business. But I think it just kind of goes to show that even if, I'm pretty sure they're still going to get past the Hawks. But I'm imagining them getting bounced in the next round, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see what's going on. And I really like the Magic Pistons. I think Magic are they're balling, you know what I'm saying? They're really taking it to Detroit as well. So it's kind of one of those things, like the Magic, they dealt with a lot of injuries this year, especially to their best players, you know what I'm saying? So it's weird because it's like they're not really an 8th seed. They've been hovering around that 3rd and 4th seed for the last like two seasons or so. So it's kind of weird to see them at 8, but I think that's why the Pistons are struggling, because they're not a true 8th seed in my opinion.
Yeah, and then being down 3-1, like teams don't come back from 3-1. So That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I do like that. I think that's been one of my biggest surprises so far. I really like that. Mom said, "Is it acting glitchy or is it just me?" It's not glitching on my end. I don't know about you, Strizzy. I'm
Me
feeling okay,
neither.
but you guys
Yeah.
let us know too if anybody else is experiencing any technical difficulties we can see. But I think it's okay for us. So maybe it's just your mom's. I don't know.
Yeah, you're coming in clear
Um,
to me.
okay. So hopefully we're going out well. But yeah, Pistons Magic. I think the Magic are gonna take that. That's so cool. We'll see what happens from there. But still, the Celtics kind of feel like the scariest team for me in the East.
Yeah,
So
same. Big
we'll see.
time. I'm
Yeah.
also surprised, Lakers Rockets too. Actually, I'm not that surprised because I knew it was going to be competitive no matter what. But I think uh, it's weird to say, but like when when do we start talking about KD in terms of like, is he just a better Tracy McGrady? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, man.
Scorer, but not like elevator.
Yeah, like because his motto since he get drafted, I'm just trying to hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I
Yeah.
want to do. I just want to hoop. I don't care about nothing else. I just want to hoop, which is fine. But like, I don't know, man. Like, it's hard because dude's not in year 7 or 8 anymore. You know what I mean? But like, I just feel like between the Nets, the Suns, and now Houston, it's kind of like,
Another team. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean? And like, truth be told, he doesn't go to the Warriors. He still probably doesn't have a ship, and he's played with some of the best players in the league, him and Harden. You know what I mean? But I'm not talking about Harden right now. But you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like getting to one of those things. It's just like,
Are you part of the problem? Like, are you the
yeah,
issue?
yeah,
Yeah.
you part of the problem. Do you elevate your teams, man? Like, I don't know. It's tricky. It's tricky, but
Yeah.
I actually was really surprised. The Rockets brought KD in to kind of help them with to close games. They really struggled with that last year against uh, the Warriors
Warriors.
last year,
Yeah.
and they were beating up on them quarters 1 through 3, but the Warriors could close and they couldn't. So you bring a guy like KD in, and best quality about a player is availability. You know what I'm saying? He just ain't been available. So. And because of that, not to say that if they had him, they beat the Lakers, but I think he definitely, Lakers right now, I think they're going to close it out. I think they get game 5.
Yeah. And I hope they do too. On the Lakers end of that, I mean, I agree though. I guess there's rumblings, and I know KD hasn't been available the whole series,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not totally fair against him. But at the same time, I guess there's been some rumblings of like maybe even though he's under contract through next year, that like maybe he's played his last game as Rockets, maybe he's going to get traded again, and that the kind of thing didn't work. So we'll see. I do want to welcome Unk, and I want to welcome Jay. And I also want to welcome Aunt Wesson to the show. Welcome in.
What up,
Appreciate
Ant?
y'all being here. Pop says that's
Oh, Pops?
insulting. Tracy McGrady has nothing on KD. KD is older and injured and is still better than Tracy McGrady could ever be. Dang, T Mac was pretty nice though, Pops. I don't think you're giving him credit.
Yeah, I mean,
And
when
you
it
did
comes
say a
from
better
I
T Mac. You
did,
didn't
I
say
did, I
yeah.
did say a better version of T Mac. I mean, I think a lot of times too, like T Mac too is just. I mean, he was a great scorer. Like that's what he did. Like, but that's really all he did. Like, I don't think he really also elevated his teams either. It's just sometimes it just feels like with KD out there, he's just kind of out there to get his. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what I mean?
But
And
but I
again,
get it from his standpoint of like that should work if you put enough pieces around me that should work.
no, for
But
sure.
he's like, but I'm
And
not going to coach
worked
up.
for worked for so many other great scorers. So like, I don't know, man. Like I look at it just like, damn, like he didn't play in game 1, he played in game 2, didn't play in games 3 or 4, and it's like also like I said, the past teams too, like not really being super available for the Suns.
Yeah,
wasn't really willing to almost like sacrifice for the Suns, but he wasn't really the sacrifice for the Suns. You know what I mean? That kind of screwed them over a little bit.
yeah. I do feel like the more seasons go by like this, they're stacking up against the great ones for sure. Like and it's kind of not that his career can be like taken away from, but it's like it doesn't look as nice when you keep like when it's like this kind of.
Yeah. I think that's what it more is, Pops. I think it's more like when you look at a player like KD, like you do tend to put him up there with those greats. And it's like, if you were to like tier the greats, I feel like he's like bottom of that tier. You know what I mean? Just because of like, through everything else, phenomenal score. I mean, easily the most efficient score ever, honestly, in my opinion.
He
But it's like,
get so many points without it even seeming like he scored. Like he's not even.
well,
like,
I mean, he just passed MJ and took way less shots. You know what I'm saying? Way less shots. So definitely from efficiency standpoint, I mean, dude is definitely like one of the best, if not the best scorer of all time. He could do it at all levels.
Yeah, good stuff there. Let's see. Weston said, "I think with KD, a team is not getting him to be the vocal leader. At least he shouldn't be." Yeah, for sure. Pops, KD is one of the greatest scorers in history. Team X was an average player that could shoot pretty good. Big difference. Yeah, KD is though. I mean, he is up there as far as scoring. But on the Lakers side, they might get Reeves back for Game 6.
I thought he was coming back for Game 5.
Yeah, I mean for Game
5. 4. Sorry, Game 4.
Well, the next game because they already played Game 4. So
well, I know. I'm saying he was supposed to. He was actually on the what's the word I'm looking for? He was on the
injury report, or
he wasn't on the injury report initially. So they actually had him playing. They had him that he was gonna try to give it a go. Then I guess a couple minutes for game time, they were like, you know what, we're gonna hold you out at least one more game because we don't need you to come back right now. You know what I'm saying? And, but yeah, he was also in all the sports books too. Like he had, everything was ready to go for him.
I didn't realize he had stats up there.
Yeah, he was in the sports books to just, last minute scratch.
Nice. Okay. Well, that must mean then he's very close. So hopefully that means he come in for this one.
Yeah. I thought wasn't he further? I thought he was further away than Luka.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. So now that's making me question what's up with Luka, or maybe that's that giving me hope that Luka can come back for Series 2.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks is I wish the Lakers could have swept so that they can have some rest. Now the Thunder swept, they're gonna have the rest, but maybe they'll catch them. Maybe the Thunder will be maybe they'll be rusty, you know what I mean, or like whatever. They can catch them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think KD is a fit in Miami?
No.
He doesn't have the Pat Riley spirit, the grit and grind type thing. What do they say? No, the hustle or
the what are you talking about? Oh my god.
What do they call it? Yeah.
Heat culture.
The heat culture. Yeah,
heat culture. I don't think Pat did say they're gonna be aggressive. It's the injuries and the age. I think KD is at a point to where he's just not really willing to sacrifice, and not that he needs to sacrifice in the sense of scoring, but like Spo's system works. You know what I mean? Granted, we dealt with a lot of injuries this year too. I think Hero only played in 30 games this year. Powell only played, he missed like the second half of the season. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, we're 2 games away from getting back into the playoffs for the 8th seed, right? But for the most part, regardless of who's on that team, Miami does fare to do pretty well. And they're well over 500 this season too. But I just don't know if KD is willing to go in there and kind of play within that scheme, even though Spo would do everything to make him successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to be successful. You're going to get super easy shots because that's what Spo is good at. He's good at getting, think of all the dudes that he's gotten paid that are undrafted free agents, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, and went somewhere else and just did not do the same thing. You know what I mean? Y'all got, did y'all trade Vince? You know what I'm saying? Y'all got Vince. Max Strus is not doing much of anything in Cleveland. Dude on the Pistons as well. Like all those dudes got big money because of Spo, and they're not doing the same thing in their new respective teams. So Gabe Vincent. I said Vince. Gabe Vincent.
Yeah, Gabe Vincent.
But you know what I mean? So Spo he's really good at that. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't know if KD would be that. If he'd be able to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. That would be cool, though.
Willing to do it is what I should say.
Yeah. But I think at some point, he's up there. So at some point, is he going to change? And that's what I thought he was going to do with the Rockets. I thought he was going to be a little bit different or a little bit more matured or whatever. But he's still got his burner accounts going and everything like that. So still some things don't change. Spurs definitely will finish out the Trailblazers, but the Trailblazers have been spunky. I kind of like how they approached things.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
and then
I
the
liked them
Nuggets,
last year
Timberwolves.
too.
Yeah, Trailblazers are they're I kind of like that.
They got a nice little young
better than I
squad.
expected. Yeah, agreed. And then Nuggets, Timberwolves. I don't know, man, what's gonna happen to that. I think that's gonna go to Game 7. It's gonna be a down to the wire type thing, but I don't know.
It's tricky. The Nuggets defense is just so bad. I mean, that's why, you know what I mean? It's the reason why even without, Anthony Edwards, like they're still struggling against the Timberwolves. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
So like I could easily see Timberwolves winning this series, honestly. But Nuggets got to dig deep. Nikola Jokic, he's got to go and do, Jokic things and just go in there and just assert dominance. You know what I mean? Like,
which he does.
No one can touch you right now on that team. You know what I'm saying? So go in there and average 40 for these next 2 games. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I should have kept Malone. I'm saying that for a minute. I would say that for a minute. They had no reason to get rid of Malone. That team was dealing with injury after injury after injury.
And they were headed to the playoffs anyways.
Yeah, they got there anyway. The impatience of the league nowadays is crazy.
Yeah. Agreed. All right. I think the only other NBA news too, Cooper Flag was Rookie of the Year. That was cool.
Yep.
Which I guess, with Knuppel, it was close there, 2 teammates, because he was balling out too. But man, looking at Cooper Flag's stats, he did his thing, man.
Yeah, he had a 50-point game as a rookie. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he had like 35 point, 45. Like he had he reset all the records for. Or not all of them, but for a lot of them for young.
No, he was killing it. He was killing it. I will say though, I like this Hornets team. It's hard to say because they're in the East too. You know what I mean? But I like that Hornets team, man. They're a young core 3 guys. They got to keep them together like forever if they can. But yeah, definitely keep those guys together.
Agreed. Yeah, I think it is going to be fun and they're exciting to watch, which I like. Which we talked about with Melo Ball, but Flag 21 points, 6 rebounds, and almost 5 assists, 4.5 assists. I mean, that's pretty legit. And they had him playing point guard. Yeah, on a hurt team, they had him playing point guard when he didn't, not even a point guard. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing this now. I think we'll switch up to NFL. Talk about the draft a little bit, and then close it out. We'll just do a little express version here. I did want to pull up. I was going to pull up our draft because we did hit on a couple. Obviously, we've seen the first one, Fernando Mendoza.
Oh yeah.
But also we did get the Cowboys pick, Caleb Downs.
Caleb Downs.
Excited about. Like that was like the one where I was like, man, if the Cowboys get this, like I'm gonna be so happy.
Right.
So yeah, here we go. Dang, why is it doing all these weird views? Okay, here we go. So we hit on the Fernando Mendoza. We hit on a couple other ones, but I was gonna see what you thought, or you were any surprises of the first round, like Jeremiah Love going early or Ty Simpson or whatever. What do you?
Yeah, it's funny, man. A couple of them actually, like you said. I'm not surprised that Jeremiah Love went to – I'm lying. I was surprised that Jeremiah Love did go to Arizona only because they have 3 running backs right now. You know what I'm saying? Like they already have 3 running backs. But with grabbing him, I also like what they did in the remainder of the draft. They did get a guard. They did get an offensive tackle. And a couple of defensive pieces. They still don't have their quarterback yet, but it does seem like they're building for that probably next season, right? Yeah. So they'll probably a bit stronger of a quarterback class next year, which I think they'll try to get their quarterback next year. So hopefully they get their quarterback in next year, continue to build that offensive line, and then you got a super strong running back who's going to take some of that pressure off whoever you draft at quarterback. I was definitely surprised that the Ty Simpson went a little bit. I don't think anybody really thought he was going to go that high. A lot of people were talking about being kind of like not a work in progress, but like
a project, like
a project type deal. And I guess who better to learn from Matt Stafford and McVay? You know what I mean? So who knows, man? Like just make sure he knows like but for the next season or two, like you on that bench, dog. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
they
Like,
already said basically like Matthew Stafford's time is over when he decides. Like, and then that's when Ty Simpson could come in. But yeah,
yeah,
Mom said I was disappointed with Ty Simpson. He went too high. And
right.
they did talk about, hey, they could have went out and got another wide receiver or something like that. But
I thought they were going receiver. I really thought, especially where they were at, I really thought that they were gonna go and grab Lemon. I thought they're gonna grab
USC,
Lemon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. So he ended up going later on, but 20 to the Eagles. So yeah, so he had a slide after that, and it's so
Oh yeah.
funny how easily guys can slide or jump up or whatever, and also how many trades happen. Like it's just always
Oh
fun to
yeah.
watch how that unfolds. But definitely glad the Cowboys were able to grab Caleb Downs. I was like, oh man, that's what I wanted. Pop said Cowboys had most impactful draft, but the Raiders, Jets, and Dolphins did great as well. Giants messed up not taking Downs. Yeah, the Jets did okay, and the Dolphins. That's the only thing is like it's good when those other teams do good, but it's like then where do you go from there? Because there's a reason why you had such good draft picks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Wesley
Very true.
said he gives the Chiefs get an A. Said got best cornerback and Peter Woods, who would have been a top 10 pick had he left last year. Oh yeah, the D tackle. So
yeah,
that's right. They traded up twice. So
yeah.
what did
Yeah,
you
I
think?
love.
Oh
You talking about the Panthers?
yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah, I loved what they did. I was a little disappointed that we didn't get go tight end. I was really irritated that the Jets went tight end because they took Jason Taylor's son last year.
Mm-hmm.
So and I think he had a really good year at tight end. Like he had a really good year as a rookie.
And they snatched your guy.
Yeah, so I was like, once the because I thought the Bucks were gonna go tight end too. So once the Bucks didn't grab him, I was like, oh, we got him. I was like, because these three teams don't need a tight end, right? They, it's like so, and then they took him. I was like, y'all man, I was hot. but Monroe Freeling is an absolute dog at the tackle spot. We need a guy like that on the line, a guy who's loud, vocal, just yelling for no reason. Like, so I have, from a tackle point of view, like I'm actually really happy with that. And then the rest of the draft too, I like the receiver that we got from Tennessee.
Yeah, he had some big plays, big plays.
Big ones, you know what I'm saying? So that's another big body who can get separation and catch the 50-50 balls. So I was really happy about that, especially for where we got him. And then just continuing to just load the defense up, man. Like I didn't think we were gonna go too heavy defense. I know we needed a safety. We got that too. But I thought we were going to get a little bit more on the offensive side. Like I said, another receiver, get a tight end that we could really use. But if I'm not mistaken, I think we went back-to-back A-plus years. So, so I was happy with it. I was really rocking with it. Like I said, didn't get the tight end that I wanted, but we'll see.
Yeah. Still got some playmakers and some that other. Yeah, Razzle, I think he's going to be really good.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to need to do everything, but he's just going to be able to take the top off the defense. So that's going to be big. So they're giving Bryce Young every chance,
For sure. And this season might be his last.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that, but like it might be his last.
Pop said Saints loaded up on weapons for their young QB. And Mom's interesting that Diego Pavia, a Heisman finalist, went undrafted. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And especially because of some of the other quarterbacks that went in front of him that like I had never heard of. And not that that they're not going to be good, but it's like I was just like, dang, I didn't know, like I thought he would. But I think he got invited to Ravens camp, or I think Ravens camp.
Yeah, I think he got invited to Ravens camp. Yep.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, that is. They said that was the first time in a long time that a Heisman finalist went undrafted. So
yep.
They weren't liking his game. He didn't translate apparently for. Yeah. 14. The Ravens was the other one we got right. We got the lineman from Penn State, and then I thought there was one more.
Yeah, that's the one I picked for him. Yeah. Boy, Dave was happy about that one
for sure. See, it also messes us up when there are so many trades that like none of these like our picks didn't land in the same spot. You know what I mean? But we did pretty good. Did pretty good.
Uncle saying Pavia did poorly during the interviews. Pop said he was acting like a damn fool. Yeah, I actually did see one of his interviews though. Like, don't get me wrong, like you gotta be, be confident, in yourself and your ability. But yeah, dang, Ravens signed a 3-year deal. I mean, Lamar hasn't signed his contract extension yet, so maybe that's why they had to get somebody on the books.
Yeah, he refused to acknowledge he would be a career backup. Well, that's not all bad.
Yeah, you gotta believe. You gotta believe in yourself.
You ain't gonna come in day one and be like, I might be able to ride the bench. She's got LSU quarterback. That might be good too. Nussmeier, he might be in the long run a good pickup there. So, yeah, I was pretty happy with the draft of what the Cowboys did. I'm glad that they went all defense mostly, and they got some playmakers. So
true.
We were talking about, if they can just be a middle of the pack defense with the offense that they have loaded up coming back.
Yeah,
like, that's all they need. They don't need a great defense. They don't need no top 5 defense. Yeah. Not even top 10, but top 15 defense, top 20-ish, good.
Because they could put up 40, but the problem was they was giving up 44. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, so I was like, I think it's just keep that to, we can score 40 and keep y'all at 33. You're straight.
Well, I think they barely missed it, but for a while up until like the last 2 weeks of the season or the last week of the season, they were averaging over 30 and giving up over 30 a game.
Yeah.
And that was going to be the first time ever, but I think it crept down under 29. One of them did. So
nice. Crazy, but still, yeah.
You're going to score a lot of points, and you're going to get scored on.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can change that. Hopefully they can build this defense up with this new defensive coordinator. That's what I'll be looking forward to. So
yeah. I think y'all should be straight.
Yeah. All right, cool. So that's NFL draft. I know it'll be a little bit of a quiet period, but in about a month or so, they'll be putting out the schedule. That'll be really cool too. That's always fun to see. We can look and circle some games and see when some fun matchups are happening, stuff like that. So we will see. Pop said we will be a top 10 defense by week 7. I hope so. That would be sick. Mm-hmm. That would be awesome.
I know. I'm I want us top 5 defense. That's all the defensive players we've picked up.
True, maybe. You'll need to be a little bit more. But the other thing too is when the offense does well too, it's so easier for the defense because it's one-dimensional. And they're just going to try to throw and get back in the game. So the offense can help the defense as well. So we'll
see. Very true.
Weston said Chiefs draft showed they believe coaching was the problem on offense and players was the problem on defense. Got you. Oh. Well, now you got your boy back, so should be good.
True.
All right. I think the only other thing I was going to say is the Red Sox fired the manager. Also, the Phillies did.
Phillies did too.
Some shakeups in baseball, which is it's kind of early on in the season to be firing your guys. Mm-hmm. Especially Cora has been in the Red Sox for a long time, so that was kind of interesting to me. But other than that, baseball is just kind of plugging away.
It's moving along.
Yeah. Nothing too significant to report there. So I think we're gonna we're gonna call it there. Just do a Slack Express. I know we have some kind of fun topics and stuff sometimes. So I think as we get into this summer, we'll have to bring up some of our silly fun topics and side stuff. So we'll see. Oh, Weston said A-Dub Royals getting a new stadium. Yeah, so Royals teaming up with Hallmark, which is based out of Kansas City too, the greeting card company. And man, Hallmark gets paid, man. They charge a lot for their stuff and people keep buying it. So they're teaming up to make this downtown stadium experience. So that should be pretty cool. But I really liked Kauffman Stadium. That's one of my top ones. But now once they get the new stadium, I'll have to go back.
True.
So
true.
They're trying to add to my list, so we'll see. Pop said good riddance to the cheaters. That's so funny. All right, but that's where we're at. Want to give big love to our boy Mad Marcus out there working, doing his thing.
Holding it down.
Yeah. But he'll be back with us obviously when we can. And yeah, I think we'll leave it right there. That was episode 348 of Say Like a Champ. And until next time, it's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Striz.
Peace.